Hey everybody, welcome back. And so today we're going to be talking about this bandana. Yeah, just a little quick update about these. Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, so first we're going to talk about these, the Shepherd slingshots. Okay, so now at the current point in time, I am unable to effectively do an honest review of these because I do not currently have the skill set to make a good assessment of these. I have another one. I will practice with this. Once I can good enough, then I'll go ahead and I'll review this product. However, since I don't know how to use it, I don't I don't think that it would be fair for me to review this because it may be great quality, but I don't know how to use it. If I know how to use it, this might be horrible quality. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, so let's get to the meat of this video, and we're going to talk about this bandana that we got from our mystery box, and this is by Archer. Yep, Archer Bushcraft gear. All right, so it is a good size bandana. It's a full size bandana. However, when I went in and I was looking at the website, I thought this was a cotton bandana. However, it doesn't feel like polyester, but apparently this is a polyester bandana. So automatically this falls out of the 10 C's of survivability because it's not made out of cotton. Because ideally you do want cotton bandanas. I would say at least 3 of them in a kit because you want to be able to use them if you need to make char cloth. And this right here will not make char cloth. Polyester, it's synthetic. It's just not going to be the same thing. However, that being said, this bandana still does have several qualities that will be good to keep with you. Okay, first and foremost, even though it's not cotton, water will still flow through this, so you will still be able to use this to filter out harmful contaminants out of your water. So you can, like I say, you have like a jar like this or any container. I'm just saying jar because this is what I have here. But what you could do is you could do this right here, right? See how you stuff this down inside the jar here a little bit? So you make like a hole in the top. And then what you could do is, if you have dirty water, we'll say you have another jar. You have dirty water in here, you slowly pour this through here, and any of the solid contaminants, i.e. sticks, sand, pebbles, anything like that, bugs, is going to get caught in this bandana, and then your clean water, well, not clean yet, but your water free of contaminants will fall into your container. Now, that gets rid of the physical contaminants. However, you will still need to either boil that water. You have to boil it for a long time. You got to get a rolling boil going for, I believe, 30 seconds should do the trick. You don't have to boil it for a long time because it kills everything in there. Or use like aqua tabs or iodine tablets, something to purify the water. Then it'll be safe to drink. Okay, so that is still one good use of this bandana. Another thing, if it's hot out, you can take this bandana. You can get it damp, right? You can take a damp bandana, right? And you can wrap it on your head. So, you can keep your head cool, right? That way you can keep your head cool if you're in hot. Ideally in a shady place, because if it is sunny out and you are overheating, even if you get it wet, the sun's going to dry it out. So if you're in a shady place but you're hot, you're trying to get cool off, wrap your head and you can, because your head and your feet are 2 places that are sensitive to temperature. Like temperature. So if you keep your head warm, your body's going to stay warmer. If you keep your head cool, your body's going to stay a little bit cooler. So same thing with your feet. If your feet are cool, your body's cooler. If your feet are cold, your body's going to be colder. So that's something else you can do. You can make a head wrap with it. You could also get it nice and wet, you know, and you could wrap it around your neck to help keep your neck cool. If you are in, say that you're in an area where you're trying to escape a fire, you get this wet, you wrap it around your face. It'll help keep some of the smoke from getting into your lungs. It'll help protect you that way too, because the material and the moisture will help you breathe. Okay. Then of course there is the obvious one. I mean, this is a Know Your Knots bandana. You know, and so you got your basic glossary here. You have your knot terminology, which tells you about, if you watch some of my videos from last year, you know, you have your loop, your bite, your crossing point, your working in, your standing in. But more than that, it has bend knots, hitch knots, and binding knots. And it has 2 of the most common for each one. You got your figure 8 bend, your sheep bend, your cow hitch, your clo hitch, your constrictor knot, and your transom knot. And these are all, these 6 knots here are 6 of the most useful knots in survival. So you have that as well. The only thing you can't really do with this, and you would definitely want to get a hold of some cotton bandanas, is you can't make char cloth out of this. So it's not like you can take, say you have an extra Altoid tin, you're not going to be able to shove this in there and put it in the fire and turn it into char cloth. So that is one thing that's one of the most important things about having a cotton bandana is because it does give you that ability to make char cloth as well as along with the other stuff. So, but fire is still very important. So I still think that I think that for $6.99 you can do better. Yeah, this has a lot of good information on it, but with it not being cotton, I think that if you are going to pay $6.99 for a single bandana, and again, that's the MSRP for this. And the reason it is going to be so high is because you do have the knots on it. You do have, I mean, let's be honest, you're paying for the knots. But I do think that if you are going to pay that much for a bandana, I would recommend not getting this one, even though this is cool and everything. But I would get cotton. I would get cotton because you get more uses out of it. Now, if you get this in the mystery box, you're getting all the other stuff with it. This is a nice addition. I don't hate this bandana. I like this bandana. Would I pay $6.99 for it? Probably not. But this is a good bandana to have. It does have some good information on it. And it's still a bandana. It does have other uses. But you want to make sure you have cotton as well as this one. So, anyway, and again, like I said, as soon as I know how to use these better, I'll give a better review of those. Okay? However, as far as bandana goes, it's good. $6.99 might be a little bit steep because it's not cotton. That's all I'm saying. But when you get in a mystery box like this, you know, because if you think about it, you know, if you get just the basic box, you're going to pay around $30 for 5 items. So that's like $6 for this. But you're also paying $6 for the kukri. You're paying $6 for the sling. And so, I mean, it kind of balances out when you get it in a mystery box like this. So some of these items that you wouldn't normally buy, you get, and it's like, oh, well, this is kind of cool, and this is kind of a cool bandana. But $6.99? No. But if you get in a box where you're getting, you know, other stuff that's more expensive, and it balances out, I think that this is a good item. I still think this is a good item for the box. And I wish it was cotton. I've said that several times, but anyway, yeah. So that's your Archer Bushcraft bandana. And then again, as soon as I know how to use these, I'll do a further review of the leopard slingshots. But that's probably going to be months down the line because I have never used those before. I know the concept. I've watched videos on how to sling it, but it's going to take me some time to get used to it. So until then, keep prepping.